Now, Janet says, Mehran, that's me. My ex, just 5 weeks after we split from a 6-year relationship, got into a relationship with someone else. Good for him. I know things weren't working out between us, and I was unhappy, but I am so jealous. I lost it. But I'm so jealous of the relationship, even though I know him well. It is lust, at least for now, not love. What happens when we are jealous? It hurts so much. What can I do to cope? You know, you're jealous. Of course, if we didn't have any desire for anything, we would not be jealous because we wouldn't care. If we would have been aware of the number and amounts and tremendous and millions of opportunities out there to go and get it, we wouldn't be jealous. It's like saying you're on a boat with a bunch of other boats in the sea and you're all fishing. And you were trying to catch that fish that looked, pretty good to you, and other boats were trying too. You caught the fish, and somehow it unhooked itself and went, and somebody else caught it. Now you say, I'm jealous. There's so many other fish in the sea. Why are you so focused on that fish? Why? Because you had an opportunity, you had a touch, you had an interaction with it, you had an experience with it. And you're holding on to that experience as if that fish was the only fish in the sea. If you focus that what you're focusing on, what you're jealous about, what you desire, the reason for you to want it is because you're focused on it and not recognizing what else is out there. You're not even giving yourself a chance to compare that fish with the other fish available in the sea. All you're doing, you made it look like as if you have a goggle, virtual reality goggle in front of your eyes, and that's the only fish you see in the ocean. Therefore, that makes that fish to be something of an anomaly, something of speciality, because you're not aware of any other fish being available. You're convinced that this is the only one that is available because you have a goggle. You can't see anything outside of that field of vision. You're focused on that fish. You're considering that fish. You're convinced that fish to be the only thing, only one that would have done what you wanted to do. And therefore, you now feel that your chance is gone because now you feel you don't have that. And that was the only fish. So you feel jealous. Focus on the possibilities that is in this world. Focus on the chances that many other entities out there want to meet you, and you can meet them and have rapport. But you're holding on to your memory because you're lazy. You don't want to go and allow others to introduce themselves to you, to do the work of introducing yourself to them, to make that interaction again. We're all lazy after a breakup. We say, I got to introduce myself to that person. I got to know what they're all about. I just want them to, I don't want, they got to know what I'm all about. You don't want to do any of that. That helps for the jealousy because laziness, the work that is involved, the fact that you think it's the only one, you're not aware of all the other chances. These are elements that makes you feel you should be striving for that, focusing for that. Then it turns into jealousy. But why don't you focus on the fact that the fish that you let go or it went after you caught it, it wasn't really going to do what you wanted to. Because if it did, if it was suitable, you would have held on. And who cares what they're doing together, if it's lust or love? You got to focus on the fact that the reason you let it go or didn't work out should be at the first and foremost in your mind. The reasons that it didn't work out, the reasons that you let it go, the reasons that you guys decided not to be together. Instead, you're focusing on the moments that it was good during their relationship, and you're taking that few moments or whatever while it lasted, that it was good, and you guys had no problem, as if the whole thing was good. If the whole thing was good, it would have stayed. Obviously, you guys change, go through changes, the sequences and developments in life, and the relationship also changed from what it was, which was maybe suitable and palatable, to, as you all grew and things changed, to something that wasn't working anymore. Well, if it's not working anymore, why you keep looking at what doesn't work as and with the memory of the past, which did work? So you bring this did work, which is dead, doesn't exist anymore, is no longer reality. It was okay at one time, but you bring this feeling and this thinking to now of the situation, which is not working, is not palatable, is not okay, and you can't see the reality of what it is because you constantly are looking at it with the perception of the past, with how it was, not how it is. That's why you become jealous and you think you've lost something. You focus on what it is, you will see it's not working. So it's not working, what do you want it for? If you don't want it, you won't be jealous. You're jealous because you want it. You want it because you're looking at it with the eye of the past, with the eye of the past, with the memories that it was working at the time. Look at it for what it is. You will see this is not suitable for you. Neither physically, emotionally, nothing. And you will find why you don't want it. You will see why you don't want it. And when you don't want it, you won't miss it. You won't be jealous if somebody else will have it. It may also have to do with the fact that you find yourself not in a good financial position, or a job position, or something that brings you comfort and security, and the relationship that you had with that man was probably partly bring you certain kind of a financial, economic security, which would lead for you to think that was worth the fact that emotionally it wasn't working between you two, but the French benefits, what it was bringing in, the security that was bringing in, was worth it. And that is what you're focusing on, not the person and relationship. That's why you think it still was good, and now you still want it, and therefore you are jealous. Now, I hope this is something that you can consider, which means focus on getting a job if you don't have it. Focus on bringing your economic situation to an acceptable and secure level for yourself. That should be the only focus you have. Yeah? When you focus on the severity, the importance of the survival, you will not give a damn about this guy or this girl or that girl. You have to make ends meet. And once you're comfortable in that, then you will not have the vulnerability of, of thinking that this was a good one, not because that it was, but because you needed something from that relationship. If you take that need away from that broken relationship, then you will not want it for that reason. Therefore, you will not care if that person is with someone else or not, because you have no need for what it was being offered through that relationship, and you will focus if that person is suitable for you or not what was coming or being provided through that relationship with that person. Hope that is something for you to think about.